What's going on, everybody? K2 here with PPL Division 2, Week 2 of Season 4. This week we are going up against Ellie and her team of the Accrington Stantler, and she has brought 6 Mons. I have brought 6 Mons. If you guys want to know exactly what I have brought this week, go ahead and check out my team builder in the description down below. And you can go ahead and see that I am bringing Banded Victini, Specs Keldeo, Fizdef Serena, Stunfisk, Z-Move Aerodactyl, and Merciless Toxapex. So, let's just go ahead and get right into the game. If you guys want to know exactly why I brought it, make sure to check out that team builder. But, let's go ahead and get into the game. I decided to lead off with Victini this time because she really doesn't have anything that can straight up OHKO me. Not even Tyranitar because I do have Brick Break. I will be able to knock it out. If it is Scarfed, it can't kill me. And if it is Choppleberry, then I can 2 KO it with Brick Break, and I can potentially U-turn on literally anything else because I don't want to lock myself into V-Create while that T-Tar is still around. So let's go ahead and start out the match so we can take a look and see what she decided to lead with. And she is going to send out Conkeldurr as her first thing. So right here, right off the bat, I'm thinking, I'm just going to click U-turn, because I can switch into anything really that this Conk wants to do. I'm expecting a more Assault Vest kind of set, so I'm just going to U-turn out. And I debated going into Aerodactyl because I was thinking it would go for knockoff or it would go for Thunder Punch. However, I decided that even if it does go for either of those, that Toxapex would be my best play. But she turns out to be Sheer Force and Choice Banded, which really hurts. So I have a free switch into Stunfisk, and I think she's going to see that coming and she's gonna go into her Roserade here as I switch into Stunfisk. Knowing that I can take anything that this Roserade wants to go for, I'm going to switch into my Victini. I'm expecting actually a Spike to come out. Just the way that she sent it in, because she'd want to get in on a free switch in order to get up a Spike, and that is exactly what happens. I get in with Victini, and I am just going to go ahead and click U-turn once again. This time she makes the switch into her Clefable, and we are going to see that it is max physically defensive, which is pretty normal. And I'm going to make the switch out into Aerodactyl. Now, Aero was a play in order to potentially get her thinking, does this have a Z move? Perhaps Z Iron Head, because that could do a ton of damage to this Clefable, and potentially I could taunt her, she wanted to attack me, stuff like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for the Stone Edge to put her in range of Z Fly, but she ends up having counter, and I literally said as I was playing the game, why? Main reason why I said why is because, let's pause right here. Main reason I was like why is because it's a Clefable, and setup Clefable absolutely destroyed me. Even with what I had, she could have been able to just still sweep me if she got some good momentum going with it set up before I was able to get in with Toxapex, set up Cosmic Powers before I'm able to get in with Victini and chip it down to a correct amount of health. So I decided to go for the Z-Fly here, as she actually decided to switch out into Conkeldurr. If I was able to kill the Clefable, it would have been great. However, I am going to be able to get off the Supersonic Sky Strike and completely annihilate this Conkeldurr right now. Completely fine, and man, Supersonic Sky Strike looks cool. It's kind of derpy looking though. Just it's just an unnatural way for things to fly up in the air, but it does it. So down goes Conkeldurr. That's a pain in my ass that I don't have to deal with anymore because it's banded as fuck. Anyway, she's gonna go into Zam, and I decided to just click Pursuit in case she wasn't Scarfed, to bring her down to her sash, and then I can come in with Keldeo and revenge it with Aqua Jet. She does turn out to be Scarfed, and now I can go into Serena and I can get off a Rapid Spin. And that is exactly what I'm going to do. It cannot 2-hit KO me with Shadow Ball, so I'm going to be just fine with that. So she's going to come back in with her Rose Raid after I get off my spin, and I'm going to go straight into Victini again. And we get to see that this thing has Black Sludge, and if she wants to set up another spike, I can come in with this at any point again later on in order to do some things and spin away the hazard. So what's going to happen here is she's going to make the switch into her Tyranitar, expecting my Victini to come out, because I did switch it into Rose Raid last time. And right here becomes sort of a 50-50. However, I'm just going to click Brick Break. I have the potential to kill it, and if she is scarfed, then Pursuit wouldn't have done anything and I would have been able to kill it. But she does reveal the Choppleberry and goes for Pursuit, and we can see it does just about under 50%. And right here, because T-Tar is very important because she has Sand, I'm expecting her to switch out into Clefable. She saw that I was banded, into Clefable or Rose Raid, and I'm going to make a switch into Keldeo. No, it wasn't Keldeo, it was Serena that I wanted to go into, actually. Just in case she had Stealth Rocks. This is what I was trying to do. So she's gonna go into this. I'm expecting her to switch out. So then she can keep around her Tyranitar for Sand, which is very important for Excadrill to outspeed Victini and Keldeo. She doesn't know that her Excadrill outspeeds my Victini outside of the Sand, but that's not important. The important part is that she needs the Sand to outspeed my offensive threats against her team. And knowing that, I felt like her best play was to switch into either one of those, so I'm going to switch based on that, which was not my best play. I should have just clicked Brick Break again, knowing that I have a switch in to Clefable, or I have a switch in to Rose Raid. And Banded Brick Break would have done a lot of damage still to Rose Raid. So I make a bad play here, and I decide to switch out. And she actually decides to sack off her Tyranitar. And when I say that, I mean she risked her Tyranitar and her chances of winning this game with Excadrill to try and Pursuit Trap Victini when it could have just killed it on the same turn. So both of us, in my opinion, made a play that could have lost us the game right there on the same turn, and it happened to work out in her favor. And right now, the only way I can really win this game is if Keldeo is going to be able to 2-hit KO Rose Raid on a switch in, which is very unfortunate. So right now I'm going to go into Stunfisk, and I'm going to try and get up my Stealth Rocks here. And now she switches out, going into her Rose Raid, and having Rocks up is going to be alright. She brings in the Rose Raid, and at this point I'm just going to sack off my Toxapex, because there's nothing I can really do with Toxapex anymore. As soon as I bring it in against this Rose Raid, it will end up dying. Actually, what I do here is I go for the Earth Power to scout out what kind of set she is, and based on this roll, it was like a higher end on the Spadef set and a lower end on the more Fizdef set, so it was hard to tell whether it was Spadef or Fizdef Rose Raid. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go into Toxapex in order to sack it off. And she's actually going to set up T-Spikes. So, knowing this, I kind of reckon that she doesn't have anything to hit my Serena anymore. And if she doesn't, then I think she has 2 attacks without Synthesis, which means I can end up wearing down the Rose Raid and beat it some other way. So at this point, it's kind of, you know, it's all downhill, really, because I lost Victini, and I can't kill this Rose Raid. So I'm going to go for the Icy Wind and hope for the 2 KO. Hope it was the more Fizz Def set, and it turns out to be really Spidef. So if I went for Secret Sword there, it would have been just as good. However, Keldeo is going to end up going down after 2 Giga Drains, getting off 2 Icy Winds, and this game just that one turn, the T-Tar versus Victini, just completely ruined this game, and I am not happy about it. I'm not happy with the play that I chose to make, nor am I happy with the reason behind her wanting to stay in with T-Tar on Victini when she lost her sand. So either way, it ended up costing me, and it's sad, really. So in comes Serena. I'm just gonna Rapid Spin. I only have Rapid Spin and Trop Kick, so I'm not going to be able to do anything to this Rose Raid, really. And at this point, it's just, I hope that she can kill me, or I see that her 4th move here is Synthesis, so she doesn't have Sludge Bomb, she doesn't have HP Fire, which means she can't touch my Serena. She wouldn't have been able to touch my Klefki. She didn't touch my Victini either. So it was, in my opinion, a suboptimal Rose Raid set. It was very nice to get up hazards. However, I don't know. It's just, I'm disappointed in the Victini play. And like, the thing is, it was an unnecessary risk for both of us, really. For her to lose her sand and her way to outspeed Keldeo, or her way to outspeed Victini, because after T-Tar went down, every time I brought in Victini at that point, it got a kill with V-Create, and I had nothing to worry about because T-Tar wasn't there anymore in order to Pursuit Trap Victini. So, like I said, I'm repeating myself. I disagree with the play she made. Ended up working out for her because I also made a bad play. So, anyway, right here, I'm still trying in this game in order to just lower differential. So I'm going to go into Stunfisk and take the Scarf because I did see that she was Scarf. I didn't want Serena to end up getting a Choice Scarf because then I wouldn't be able to rest and Sleep Talk and get a bunch of health back. So I'm going to go right back into Serena here, and I'm just going to spam Trop Kick against Rose Raid. I'm going to get off a little bit of Earth Power chip damage, hopefully get a Spadef drop to help out. And I'm just going to end up sacking Stunfisk, I'm pretty sure. She's going to go into Clefable here. No, I don't end up sacking Stunfisk yet. I'm going to go back in with Serena, try and Trop Kick this thing down. And since she does have counter and she's not set up, this will take a while again because I have Rest Talk, and I will be able to get off some Trop Kicks, and I have Rest and Sleep Talk, whereas she just has Soft Boiled. She's going to get up her rocks now to stop me from switching around, I guess. So, like, I have to go for Sleep Talk again. Hopefully I get a Rapid Spin, because if she goes for counter as I go for Sleep Talk and I get Trop Kick, that would be less than ideal. And that is good. That's exactly what happens. I'm going to get off the Trop Kick, and she goes for the Hail Mary counter and gets the 33% chance of the play working out for her, and it works. So, like I said, I can't do anything in order to win this game. It's just a matter of whether or not she's going to end up killing my Serena or in time before I get another kill or two. She's gonna soft-boiled, and at this point, I'm just like, I just want her to kill me. I just want her to kill the last things that I have, and she's not doing it, and it's just sad because I'm sitting in here trying to pick up kills as she's sitting in here not killing me. It's just sad. So I'm gonna spin now. Get rid of the rocks. Hopefully she goes for counter. And she goes for Dazzling Gleam. And she has Dazzling Gleam on her Fable and not Moonblast. So I just want this game to end. It's very disappointing that I ended up losing Victini the way that I did, and I would have been able to run through her team still with Victini, because every time it came in, it got a kill with V-Create. So, in comes Excadrill, in comes my Stunfisk, and I'm going to be able to live an Earthquake, because Stunfisk is a monster. And I'm going to get off an Earth Power, and she ended up being Assault Vest Excadrill, as you're going to see here. That does under 50%. Normally it does about 60 to 70%, and I only did 40%. So that's an Assault Vest Excadrill, which means it wasn't Life Orb. It wasn't Swords Dance, which means it wouldn't have been able to beat Serena 1v1. And X Scissor, which she does have, does 35%, and she gets a crit here, which ends up kind of mattering because I would have been able to rest up, get off a Trop Kick, potentially kill Excadrill if she decided to stay in with it. So that's going to be the game. We lose 5-0. Yeah, we're starting out the season 0-2, and I'm a little bit salty after the last couple of games with the way that I have performed, but also it's not the end of the world. I can come back. There's 11 games in the season. We have 9 left. Starting out 0-2, of course, getting 2 losses this early in the season can set me back a lot. But if I just don't lose another game for the rest of the season, I can be still winning this league. So I'm going to keep my head in it. I know it was a rough start, but I am confident enough to where I can turn this around and at least make my D2 presence felt, because just me being in PPL Division 2 has been the absolute crux of my league career. I don't know what it is about D2 that makes me play so bad. But it is what it is. I need to figure it out. I need to go through the rest of the season. And I'm going to turn this around. No matter what it takes. I need to. Next week we play Shroom. And based on the way that both of our seasons have gone in the last couple of seasons, either one of us could win. Because the other person loses to Hex. That's just the way that it goes. So that's going to be me versus Shroom next week. So watch out for that. I hope it's an exciting battle, and I hope to win that one. However, it's the game that we play, so it's hard to say. So, that's enough rambling about this game. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, go ahead and hit that like button. I don't see how you could enjoy this game, because after Aerodactyl getting the Supersonic Sky Strike kill, it's just nothing worked out. So that's going to be the game. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.